Here are 5 ways to boost your facial attractiveness. So number 1 is mewing, which is just a specific way of holding your tongue in your mouth. It's just like pressing your tongue to the roof of your mouth. And this has become pretty trendy on social media recently just because it can boost your facial attractiveness, because by having proper tongue posture, you kind of guide the growth of your facial bones. And this helps you have a better jawline, reduced double chin, as well as more facial symmetry, just because it can kind of tone your facial muscles. So mewing is actually proper breathing posture, and a good way to kind of check if you have the right position is to swallow some spit as you usually do. So swallow and then hold that position. And then you can kind of feel how your whole tongue is on the top of your mouth, including the back, which is important as well. It kind of makes sense if you think about it. If you look at the human skull, you can kind of see if you press the tongue to your roof of your mouth, you're kind of applying slight pressure constantly, and that kind of helps push up the cheekbones or something like that. I don't really know. This is just off the top of my head. And seeing any physical change with mewing isn't instant. It'll probably take anywhere from a few months to even a few years, because mewing definitely isn't a instant 24-hour potato face to mega chad transformation. It definitely takes a lot of time for you to actually see any difference in your face, but it is technically proper breathing posture, so you'll want to be doing this for the rest of your life anyways. Speaking of proper breathing posture, the second way to boost your facial attractiveness is to have proper breathing technique. So what is proper breathing technique? Good question. It's essentially just nose breathing through your diaphragm and not mouth breathing at all. As it turns out, mouth breathing is actually pretty terrible for your health. It's been shown to cause a recessed jawline as well as misaligned teeth. Mouth breathing also causes dry mouth, which increases risk of cavities as well as bad breath. And it can also worsen sleep quality just because it causes excessive snoring as well as sleep apnea. Nasal breathing, on the other hand, does the exact opposite. It promotes proper facial development, and it also improves your sleep because it lessens snoring and lessens sleep apnea. So how do you properly nasally breathe through your diaphragm? Let's break that down. The first part, you want to breathe through your nose, obviously, but you want to do this while holding the mewing posture that I just talked about. And then to breathe through your diaphragm, you want to take a deep breath in, and then you want to kind of envision that breath going into your balls, for lack of a better term. Am I even allowed to say that? Imagine it going through your pelvic floor. So take a deep breath in, and imagine the breath going all the way down to your pelvic floor. And that kind of envisioning of the breath going through your whole body helps use your diaphragm more while you're breathing. Now, it'll probably take some time to adjust to actually breathing this way and also doing it consistently and doing it for every single breath of the day, but you'll get it eventually because there's so many benefits to this, and it also helps you sleep better as well, which leads to my next point. The third way to boost your facial attractiveness is mouth tape. And this is essentially just putting a piece of tape over your mouth right before you sleep. And I know that this might sound kind of crazy with me talking about it right now, but if you think about it, putting a piece of tape over your mouth before you sleep, that kind of forces your body to breathe through your nose. And so in that way, you're kind of getting these nose breathing gains while you're sleeping. It's kind of like people saying that they want to make money while they sleep because that's the key to getting rich. Just as similarly, you want to kind of nose breathe and have facial attractiveness gains while you sleep as well. And that'll make you improve a lot faster. They also say that you swallow 8 spiders a year while you sleep or something like that, so this kind of prevents that too. So mouth taping not only helps you breathe through your nose while you sleep, which improves facial gains, this will also help you sleep better and have better quality sleep. Because forcing yourself to breathe through your nose while you sleep decreases snoring and sleep apnea, both of which decrease the quality of sleep. So I use this 3M micropore surgical tape. You can get a big box of 36 rolls for $12 on Amazon. And so I essentially just take a piece of this tape and then I just put it over my mouth like this. And then I'm good to go. And there's no real danger of suffocation or anything, because as you just saw me open my mouth, if I really need to breathe, I can just and it's really it. To be honest, it'll feel really weird when you first start out, and it'll probably take you a few days to really adjust to it, but because it improves your sleep just on a baseline level, it's probably something that you want to be doing for the rest of your life anyways. Number 4 is skincare. Having clear, radiant skin and clearing acne is pretty important for facial attractiveness. And the best way to do this is to introduce a really simple skincare routine and also clean up your diet and be consistent in both of these things. For the skincare routine, all you really need is a cleanser, a moisturizer, and an SPF. And to clean up your diet, just eat whole foods and eat enough protein. And it's really that simple. And finally, number 5 is to have a lower body fat percentage. And this is really just because the less fat that you have in your face, the more defined that your facial features are, so your cheekbones, your jawline, etc., they'll be a lot more visible and prominent if you have less body fat. And doing this is also pretty straightforward. It's just eating healthy, eating a clean diet, exercising, getting enough sleep, and being in a slight caloric deficit. So those are 5 ways to boost your facial attractiveness. Let me know what you think. If we implement all 5 of these habits and consistently do them over a few years, then I'm confident that we'll all turn into mega chads. But thank you for watching, and that's all for today. Bye bye.